All right, ice hockey. Never sat down and watched a game, played a little bit on the PlayStation, seen a few of the occasional highlights, but that's about it. And my impression of it is basically it's just skating, swinging sticks, and then suddenly, boom, everyone's into it, throwing fists and throwing whatever. As an Aussie, we don't play our sports on ice, unless you count slipping over at the pub. But today, we're going to react to the 20 wildest moments in NHL history. And perhaps by the end of it, maybe I'll figure out, why do they actually bother with the puck?
These are the 20 wildest moments
All right,
in NHL
let's see if this stacks up to some Aussie sports. I'm excited for this one.
Patrick Roy forgot he was supposed to be the goaltender.
Rangers with a 4-1 lead. Patrick, look at this. What is this?
Is he the goalkeeper?
There's a penalty now. He carried the puck over center ice. You can't do that as a goalie. He doesn't realize.
Yeah.
Did he
Man
forget
just
the
wanted to
game?
hit the clip of the century. But dangling through the defense isn't the only crazy thing NHL goalies have done. Because at number 19, these two goalies took their beef to a whole new level.
Oh, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for.
Washington. I'd be mad too if I got humiliated like that in front of my own fans. But not as mad as this coach at number 18.
I want to see
Some
more.
coaches
I
get
want to see
pretty
more.
angry when their team sucks. But I've never seen any coach start throwing stuff onto the ice. I mean, except this one time. The New Jersey Devils coach got so mad, he threw a whole bench onto the ice.
What?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta admit, with some Aussie sports, you see some stuff with the coaches and whatever. You know, usually you'll see them, you know, they'll be sitting up in the coach's box, banging on the glass of the window as their team does something wrong, or banging it, or, you know, you'll see them videos from the dressing rooms and they'll be telling them to get out of the showers. They want to rip into them or whatever. I ain't not seen anything like that in an Aussie sport. That is hilarious.
What was going through his head? And of course, doing all that got him fired. But nothing
Well, I hope throwing the chair was worth it.
gets me more fired up than the weirdest Stanley Cup winning goal of all time. It was Game 6 of the 2000.
What I gotta say, what I like about this video is it's giving us context, and I really like that.
2010 Stanley Cup Finals between Chicago Blackhawks and Philadelphia Flyers. Chicago was leading the series 3-2 and were one win away from winning the cup. The game went into overtime, where the best American-born player ever, Patrick Kane, stepped up.
Hockey fans, let me know down below. Educate me. Educate this Aussie. Is he actually the best American hockey player ever? I would really like to know. Wait, what? Oh,
That's crazy. Kane was the only one who knew it was a goal.
Oh.
The whole Flyers bench was in a shock. But Marc-Andre...
imagine being the only player, a bit like playing soccer, like football, or rugby league, or AFL, and you've scored a try or you've got a kicked a goal, and you're the only player that knows anywhere? You're the only person in the entire stadium that knows? He must have been wondering why is no one celebrating? I've just won the game. Unbelievable.
Fleury has me in a shock, because he's been acting out recently. You know, Fleury has always been kind of weird, and that's why he's one of the most loved goalies in the league. But recently he's been attacking players on shootouts.
Zuccarello goal. Bedard in. And never really got a shot away as Fleury poke checks it away.
Are you allowed to do that in this sport?
Oh, again, just great patience there by Marc-Andre Fleury. He did not bite for the fake shot here. Just kept his balance there and was able to just keep him up.
Yeah, Fleury's just welcoming Bedard to the league. That's great. But Fleury...
I feel like I could enjoy this sport. I've got to admit, the 2 times that I've been to the US on a work trip, I've intended to go and watch a game, and I haven't done it both times. So maybe next time I should actually make it a priority.
Fleury wasn't done, because he did the same thing to the very next shooter as well.
Taylor Hall looking to tie it for Chicago.
Well, in his defense on that one, the guy that was coming in to try and score was running straight at him. Like, where's he supposed to go? He can't go anywhere. The other one was definitely deliberate. You know, he definitely made the most of the opportunity to make an impact. But, you know, I sort of cut him a little bit of slack on that one. Because where was he supposed to go?
Referees are looking at each other. Oh, it was almost like an identical play there. Marc-Andre Fleury gets a stick caught in.
Fleury might have just found the new cheat code to saving penalty shots. I mean,
Yeah, where was he going to go, though?
Attacking players. Even he isn't wild enough to attack refs. Because at number 14 would hurt even more. Because NHL players' shots have become
did we lose
crazy
one?
fast. So fast that they
That
are
sucks.
even breaking the glass behind the net.
To McInnes. He shoots.
Oh! Ooh! Oh! All right, that's got to be dangerous. That has got to be dangerous because, what I understand, those pucks aren't exactly soft. That has got to be dangerous for the people sitting behind the screen, doesn't it? There must be some injuries in the spectators at times, yeah? Like, I sort of related to like playing cricket, I guess, watching cricket. You know, sometimes, you know, a cricket ball is really hard. If you don't know, it is a really hard ball. It's harder than a baseball. And when they hit sixes over the fences, sometimes people aren't paying attention or whatever. They can't actually catch themselves and they get hit and it hurts. Wow. I wouldn't want to catch one. A puck, that is. Oh. Jeez. So let me know in the comments below, hockey fans, does that actually stop the game until they replace the glass? Like, what do they do in that situation? Because you would imagine with broken glass around, it's a safety concern for players and for spectators. So what happens? Do they stop the game till they replace more sheeting, or what's the go? What happens?
Damn, my man almost gave the announcer a stroke with that laser. That's wild, but not as wild as the Flyers mascot. Yeah, this guy. Because he is, for sure, the craziest mascot in the NHL. When he's not streaking in the middle of the game, he's spending his time bullying children. Or, I don't know, fighting goalies?
That's just good crowd interaction, I think. Oh, you gotta love it, don't you?
Yeah, man, I told you, he's crazy. But at number 12,
I think I like that
Trevor
mascot.
Zegras has secretly been rizzing up baddies with Michigans. Yeah, Zegras is known for scoring ridiculous goals. And in his first game back from an injury, a female reporter asked him for a special gift. And you just know Zegras was on board. Of course he was. Just look at the guy.
Oh, I've been asked what is my Christmas wish this year? A Michigan or lacrosse or alley-oop or anything you'll give us. Can you deliver, Z?
I'm gonna try. That's all I can do.
Trevor takes it in behind the net. He scores! A lacrosse goal!
What? I don't understand. I've heard of lacrosse. I've never watched it. I've never seen it. I have no idea. Let me know below. Do you want to see me react to lacrosse and learn lacrosse? So I don't understand this, but let's see what he did and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
Well, thanks for coming out. We're glad to have you back, and I gotta say thank you for delivering my Christmas wish.
Anything for you.
Damn, Z, you had her blushing. Leave some for the rest of us. Because that ain't even the first time Zegras has had the ladies go crazy. In fact, at number 11, after giving one of the nastiest apples I've ever seen, he had the whole NHL world glazing him. I mean, everybody except Tortorella. Yeah, that's nasty. But now that we enter the top 10 wildest moments in NHL history, let's take things to a whole new level.
All right, let's do it. Number 10.
33-year-old enforcer with only 5 goals in his whole career became the MVP. Yeah. In 2016, the NHL decided to open the All-Star Game fan voting, which meant that fans all around the world could now decide who got into the All-Star Game. And as a prank, fans all around the globe had an idea to vote a 6'8" enforcer, John Scott, who was only known for fighting, to the All-Star Game. And even though Bettman and the NHL hated it, Scott received the most votes of all the players, and therefore
Needs no comment. Oh, I would have done the same thing.
was selected as the Team Pacific captain. The fans were hyped as the prank actually went through, but nobody could have guessed what happened next. But not as wild as number 9, because an
What happened next? What happened? What happened next? Is this what happened next? I don't think it's what happened. What happened next? Oh. I'm Googling it after this video recording. I've got to know. I've got to know.
NHL game was played in the middle of the night. Yeah, it was a normal Thursday night, and the game 1 of the series between Hurricanes and Panthers just started. The arena was packed, and nobody knew they'd be witnessing history tonight, because this game would be one of the longest ever recorded in NHL history.
We've lost audio.
After 60 minutes, the game was still tied 2-2, so they headed to overtime. The first overtime period went by, no goals. So went the second, still no goals. And the same story continued throughout the third overtime as well. These fans were literally sleeping in their seats. Nobody just couldn't find the back of the net. And when there was a minute left in the fourth overtime,
I've got to say, sometimes, I saw like fans going to sleep there, but sometimes those longer games when it goes on, especially if you get to like a golden goal situation, man, you can be so on the edge of your seat. I don't know how you could be asleep. I really don't.
and everybody started to think that the game would never end. But then, a mouthguard chewing kid rose from the shadows and ended the game with 12 seconds left in the fourth overtime.
Everyone erupted. But are they erupting in excitement that they get to go to home to bed, or because their team actually won?
It was 2 a.m. and the game had lasted
Okay.
for 6 hours.
Okay. Context's important. By 2 a.m., if I just have worked a whole day and I had to go to work the next day, I get it now. 6 hours, one hockey game. How long does a hockey game go for? How long are there overtimes? I understand now. I rescind some of my comments, but still, I'd still be excited on the edge of my seat.
Damn, imagine being one of those Hurricanes fans. Watch all that just to see Brent Burns choke the whole thing. But one fan I don't feel bad for is the one at number 8. Because this guy got just what he deserved.
And Steve Sullivan, you see him, number 26. He gets a stick up around the forehead or near the eye, and as he skates off,
I bet you that'd hurt.
for the Avalanche. Oh, he's giving him a lot of sympathy. Well, things always have a way of working out. Later in the game, the puck comes over the glass and off the noggin of guess who? Well, justice was served. It's the same fan that was taunting Sullivan, and now he's cut.
Man, that's hilarious. The fan got hit right in the face.
Karma.
That reminds me of number 7. The time Ty Domi hit a fan in the middle of the game. Yeah, Domi was known for whooping ass back in the day. And while playing a game in Philly, the
See a good
fans
fight.
really didn't like it.
Want to see a good one?
Fan especially. Because when Domi got a penalty, a fan in the stands started clowning him. And I'll just let you figure out yourself what happened next.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Get it on the ice.
A player fighting a fan in the middle of the game. Man, it can't get much wilder than that. Or
I got to say, you see that occasionally in Aussie sports too. Not to that degree, but yeah, the players will have a bit of a back and forth with the crowd. That was different. That was different.
maybe it can. Because at number 6,
Number
a
6.
referee scored a goal with his dick.
Scored some shorthanded goals. Well, not
Of all sentences I expected to hear when I thought, yeah, this will be a great video to react to. Of all sentences I expected to hear when it come to hockey, the phrase scored a goal with his Johnson was not on my list. But Okay. Hockey fans, I've got to know, do they wear cups down there when it comes to hockey and the refs? Because that rebounded a long way at quite a pace. I mean, maybe the ref was just excited for the game. I don't know. But please tell me.
Damn, usually I hate NHL refs, but this one is a legend. And now that we close in the 5 Wildest...
All right, here we go. Top 5. Please don't cut any.
You should do as Matthews does and subscribe to the channel.
Do it. Go over, slap shot. Yeah, give him a sub.
Time is up. At number 5, the whole city of Vancouver almost burned down because of a hockey game. As we all know, Vancouver is a hockey town. But despite that, the Canucks have always sucked and have never won a cup. So in 2011, when the Canucks fought their way into Game 7 of the finals, the city of Vancouver were sure that this was their year to finally win the cup.
Bet it
until
wasn't.
they got humiliated on their home ice, which led to the whole city going nuts.
Ooh.
Seconds after the game ended, chaos began as rioters started overturning cars. Our crew did not see police anywhere in the beginning to stop it. As the anger over the loss to the Boston Bruins heated up, rioters set fire to the overturned cars, and eventually riot police did move in. Now, police had closed the major bridges into downtown Vancouver during the height of the riot so that people could not get into the heart of the city.
You know, it's okay to be passionate about your team and the results and be upset if it doesn't go your way and whatever, but this is... Nah. This is ridiculous.
Broken out of department stores and banks downtown. People are already starting to clean up, though, and glass...
See, there's no need for it.
Crazy. But what's even crazier to me is that the Toronto Maple Leafs were able to lose a game to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver. In a game between the Hurricanes and Maple Leafs, Carolina's both goalies got injured, meaning that the only possible solution to continue the game was for Toronto's 42-year-old Zamboni driver David Ayres to jump into Carolina's net.
We have word that Dave Ayres, 42 years of age, emergency support goaltender. According to the reports, the highest level of hockey he has played is Junior B, which is a step below Junior A, which is a step below Major Junior. Ayres.
In other words, not very experienced. I love stories like this. I really do.
And of course, the Leafs fans were mad.
The Toronto Maple Leafs lost an actual National Hockey League game to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for them!
Hey man, chill out! It was an unforgettable moment for Ayres.
Another
unforgettable moment
probably
was
lived
number
his
3,
dream.
when the Sabres Jumbotron fell from the...
Don't we all have dreams as sports fans to be called up for your team and you pull it out on the highest level? Yeah. It's hope for us all.
Ceiling and crashed onto the center ice.
Oh, wow.
It was a game day in Buffalo between the Sabres and Bruins. After the teams had finished their morning skates, a cable snapped on the 40,000-pound scoreboard, sending it flying straight to the ice.
Oh.
Luckily, nobody was on the center ice at the time and wasn't hurt.
I was going to
Buffalo
say.
was forced to play the next 2 weeks without a Jumbotron before getting it replaced with a new one. But that isn't even the only crazy thing happened in Buffalo. I mean, at number 2, the Sabres literally drafted a player that didn't exist.
What?
The Sabres front office were tired of the draft being so long, so these guys decided to troll everyone and draft a made-up Japanese player, Taro Chusimoto, as their 11th round pick.
It was excruciating. I can't stand this anymore. And I said, why don't we draft somebody that doesn't exist? That'll drive me crazy. Chusimoto. Well, no one ever heard of him. Of course. We vowed then not to tell anybody that it was a joke.
Man, I would have wanted to see that draft with my own eyes. But something you definitely want to see is the wildest.
All right, here we go. Let's see if this is the wildest.
Number 1.
A comeback. I love comebacks. Oh, you'd kill him if you were the coach or the other
I didn't even know
players.
it was possible to miss an empty netter that badly.
Wow. I mean, that one, I feel for him so much, but maybe he should just put it into the net. Anyway, that was absolute chaos. Fights, pucks, breaking glass. Oh, man. Goals off dicks. Never thought I'd say that sentence in this. Look, as an Aussie, that's my first proper taste of hockey, and I've got to say, I think this is a sport I could get into. Now, if you enjoyed watching me get shocked and confused, drop a like. Let me know in the comments what other sports or moments maybe I should check out next. And hey, if you're keen to join me from the sideline as I dive into more sports, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Cheers, legends. Catch you in the next vid.